Hello and welcome to your daily Oracle reading for Saturday, March 28th, 2020. I'm Linda the Lightworker. I'm so glad you're here with me. I'm a light worker, energy worker, tarot reader, energy. I don't know, energy really seems to be the word of the day. There's so many changing energies out there, and we're all becoming extra sensitive to our own vibrations and to the vibrations of others. So, um, Anyway, my readings are for all of us. They're a general reading, especially during these times of transition. Thanks for joining us, and let's jump into the cards. We have contradictory information today. It's like sixes and sevens, as I keep hearing. Our first card today, this is from the Wild Unknown Tarot deck by Kim Kranz, who does just an amazing job. Really check out her product. She is sensational. The Magician. Now we have Wow, this card has so many meanings. Now, first of all, typically when we start off on new journeys, it's usually with the Fool. The Fool is the zero in the tarot deck. And the card following immediately is the Magician. And oftentimes in the traditional tarot, it is of a priest-like figure, let's say, or some sort of holy person. I'm sorry, clearing my throat for you. Who is at a cauldron or mixing up a brew, the magician, right? We think more of Hogwarts and those sorts of magician. But this beautiful interpretation is with this cheetah. And the cheetah has boundless energy, but can sit still for long periods of time waiting to pounce. So this card is saying that you have all the power of all the different signs, and I equate that to all the power of all the different signs of the zodiac, the earth, the fire, the wind, and the or the air, earth, fire, air, and water. That one was tricky. They're all right here. The sword represents the air signs. The pentacle represents the earth signs. The cup represents the water signs. And the wand or stick down here, that represents all of the fire signs. And they're collective here. They are with boundless energy. We see the infinity symbol right here at the throat. So you may be wanting to talk nonstop today. You may want to jump into new projects. You might want to get up and go today. Hmm. Tricky with our COVID situation, wanting to get up and go. So, what does that mean? So, for those of you, I keep hearing that, especially in athletics, or let's say if you're really physically driven, or if you're musically driven, right? Let's say you want to learn how to play Rhapsody in Blue. Why not? Right? It's only like 28 pages or so, or maybe that's just the solo version. Anyway, it's a big piece. And if you want to learn how to play it, you're going to have to sit down and practice. And when you have that boundless energy, this might be the time to run some scales to make sure your fingers are in shape for it. So, or if you are a basketball player and you want to go out, maybe you can go out and shoot some hoops, do something. Take that energy and move it in a way that's creative or physical or listen, how any way of the four elements. So let's say if you're a fire sign, movement and earth signs are very important for you. If you're a water sign, it might be stillness, it might be meditation or stopping speaking or speaking freely, having someone listen to your ideas. Really use this energy in a creative way, especially for those water signs, a creative expression, or you may need to get into some healing waters. And those of you, who do we have left? earth, fire. Oh, the air signs. Write it out. Also, I really think you air signs got to do some moving. You got to get out and you got to hike, or you got to get out in the world somehow while remaining safe and within the guidelines. So be aware if we're driving today that people might be erratic with this energy. Those who have no awareness, they might be dashing at things like the cheetah. So just pay attention and make sure you find your balance, because our second card and our second cards have been most interesting to me this past week or so is the Four of Swords. So this card is all about stillness. And in this stillness, Spirit is saying it's an invitation to visualize. So let's say you are a basketball player. You may want to go out and run around and do laps or be in a place where there may be other people, but it's not advisable. Don't go to the playground. You live in Brooklyn, you can't just go down the street and shoot hoops at the playground. That's a no-no. And if you don't have a hoop set up in your, if you're lucky enough to have the garden spot, to have a little bit of a yard or a vestibule where you can shoot some baskets, maybe. But most of you won't be able to go out to do that. So this stillness card is about visualizing, taking the time. You want to play the Rhapsody in Blue, then start playing that piece in your mind's eye from beginning to end, note for note, measure by measure, and then you'll make it to the end. These are the techniques that are being called on right now. Being able to be still in times when we have boundless energy. So when you're having this energy or these first sort of inspired moments, finally you're ready to sit down and start editing your book, or start a new chapter in another series or in a new timeline. Whatever that is, use your visualization, and if you are approaching tasks, approach it with stillness. Bring in that quality of peace so that you're not moving at a fevered rate, because there is much anxiety and fear, and people are not in their heads. They're not in their right minds. They're getting concerned, or they have big stuff going on in their lives, or they're worried about their loved ones, so much concern about future events that are unforeseen. We don't know how this is all going to turn out. I still see that Wheel of Fortune going around. It's almost as if there's some sort of negotiation going on, and we're just held at bay until things are worked out. So finding your stillness, because if you move, you may be stabbed. This is danger if you don't stay still. So pay attention to that. And then our third tarot card today is the Ace of Cups. Now, this is the invitation to dive in to your love, your self-love, and love these things about you. Notice where your attention is and what you want to do with that energy. Or if you're wanting more energy, are you able to honor that part of you that's cranky that you can't go out for a little or meet so and so, or hook up with your loved one? Some of you might have been separated and are far apart from each other, and you're missing your human touch. That's what I'm hearing. People want touch. So you must dive into this love that you have for yourself and nurture yourself in the best possible way with, identifying how you're feeling, and then really bringing that emotion into your heart and loving it and welcoming it and saying, there, little one. I know it's been a rough little spell, but I love you. And be sure and talk to your inner little adolescents. My adolescents always kick in about 15 years old. I thought I did know everything I ever needed to know when I was 15. Of course, and I didn't know everything at all. But, that ego that gets, and those hormones all get acted in together so they can have some sort of behavior. So really, really love those parts of yourself that might be responding during this time. And aces are a new love. So be open to new love that might come your way, or deepening your relationships in a new way that might go. Your friendships are going to become more, have real talks about how you're feeling. Your friendships will go deeper and you'll be able to connect on such a wonderful human level, which is where we need to be in the human being state. That's what this beautiful calf is inviting us to be in that stillness while we have all this energy. We want that energy to go someplace. All right, our final card today is from the Denise Linn Sacred Travelers card. And honestly, this deck of hers is just my most favorite and just keeps asking to come out. Our card is this beautiful cleansing waters. So as we are in this time of purification and understanding that hand washing is so much more important than we ever knew before. Did you see I'm trying not to touch my face this video? I am a chronic face toucher. And as we're able to dive into these cleansing waters, perhaps when you're washing your hands, and take a long time to do it, use lots of wonderful soap and water. Purification activates vibrant life force. Purification activates vibrant life force. So let's visualize this time of isolation uh, as being the most gentle purification. And I don't mean anyone leaving this planet, but simply by washing ourselves regularly and showering and making sure we're getting rid of all of those unwanted cells. They no longer need to be here anymore. And relax and linger in that water if you're able to, and bless it as it goes down the drain. And remember, this beautiful cleansing, this self-cleansing process and practice, we're being invited to deepen that practice. It activates vibrant life force. So, seems contrary, but I keep hearing spirits being funny. It's almost as if he's really she, it, whatever energy that is coming directly into my ear. But I keep hearing, and away go troubles down the drain. I think that was a commercial for something. Maybe Tiny Bubble. Somebody's going to find it, post it in the comments. And away go troubles down the drain. Yeah, let's just wash our hair of all of that and release that pain and anxiety and worry about the future. Just let that future self go and uh, allow yourself to really activate that beautiful life force that's ready to come out in you through cleansing, and trust spirit, trust the universe, trust this divine force, trust in God, whatever your practice is. Find your faith in a way for you to believe that you have everything that you need for today. Everything is being taken care of. And you know what? You're going to do your absolute best to channel that energy that you have in the most loving way to yourself and to others. And even if we can't see each other physically, we can send that love across the vibes. I do the twinkling loves when I say hello to people now. It's like, hello. It's like, feel the love energy. Let's feel this love coming in. And just find your way to express yourself and know that you're not alone. We're all in this together. Okay, my dear. Sounds like it's going to be a good day. Some lessons we can make. We can manage this. You've got it. You know what to do. Do your work, do your personal work, and make sure you take care of you first. Drink a lot of water, eat nutritious food, and remember to keep your spirits uplifted. Turn off the news. Just put yourself on a news diet. Know you need to check in once a day, or if twice a day makes you feel better, that's a good thing. But let's start your news diet just so that you don't get overwhelmed. All right? You're one of my new subscribers. I love you, and I'm so grateful you're here and you stopped by. If you'd like to know when my videos are uploaded, just click that little bell thing down below. You know what to do. You've been on YouTube. You're not a newbie at this. Okay, I love you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.